Welcome if this is your first time on the channel. Today we'll listen to Stephen A. Smith, ESPN, tell the truth about LeBron James' team and this whole thing surrounding the GOAT debate. Because basically, it's LeBron's team that makes it toxic by buying the media and trying to get everybody to say either LeBron 1 or 2. LeBron is one of the greatest players of all time. But I've seen more than 2 players that's better than LeBron in my lifetime. I watched film on Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. I watched film on Hakeem Olajuwon. But I seen other guys that's better than LeBron too. But let's check out Stephen A. Smith talk about LeBron James and his crew. Make sure you subscribe to the channel if this is your first time here. Click that like button. That's how they push the video. I appreciate you. Let's go.
I can find plenty of negative things to say about LeBron James. Without hesitation. I won't, but I could. Let me stick to basketball and tell you this.
Stick to basketball.
He's on the Mount Rushmore. He's one of the greatest players to have ever lived. I have him number 2 all time. But I appreciated and respected your take, Will Bond, on Get Up earlier when you talked about Kobe needing to be in that conversation, Kareem needing to be in that conversation. I got no issues with that. But to me, LeBron James is number 2 all time. The thing that we have to understand that's important about this conversation is when we debate the GOAT, the negativity of it comes from LeBron and his camp. Nobody else. When we say he's number 2 all time, we're appreciating the fact that of the thousands upon thousands of players that have played in the NBA since 1950 rather, okay? LeBron James, there's only one player we look at and we say definitively we think was better. And that was Michael Jordan. What did I say to Rich Paul one day? You act like that's an insult. Rich Paul's response, it is an insult. Because that is how they have acted when it comes to the GOAT conversation. And that's why a guy like Mike Wilbon has been on the number 1 show in sports television for the last 25 years. Congratulations to you and my man, Tony Kornheiser. We're number 1 in the mornings. They're number 1, period. They're number 1, period. We know our place. Here's the deal. Mike Wilbon has said this publicly. We're not some PR machine for you. Didn't you say that about LeBron and his kids? You said we ain't some PR. You know, we gonna watch what we watch, and we come to even in saying that he's the greatest you've ever seen, Kendrick Perkins, you have said, ain't no damn PR machine. I'll say what I mean and mean what I say. So you just happen to feel that he's the greatest, but you were recognizing the fact that they were trying to compel people to say he was the greatest. Facts. Michael Jordan didn't say that about himself. Kobe Bryant didn't say that about himself. Kareem Abdul-Jabbar didn't say that about himself. Bill Russell didn't say that about himself. Tim Duncan didn't say that about himself. Nobody said that. Nobody but him and his camp. Steph Curry hasn't said that about himself. Steph Curry has never called himself the greatest shooter of all time. Ray Allen never called himself the greatest shooter of all time. Reggie Miller never called himself the greatest shooter of all time. Allen Houston never called himself the greatest shooter of all time. Nobody called themselves the greatest in anything but that man and his camp. And then when we refuted it anyway, people like myself and Mike Wilbon and others, when we walk the streets, we're haters. So the debate and the vitriol and all of that stuff comes directly from them.
Facts. He spoke all facts. It ain't just, see, I know what it be when people leave comments and stuff like, it be the marketing. It literally be the marketing over 20 years. LeBron has been marketed as one of the best players. His team has been trying to market him as the GOAT. That's what his team has been trying to push. They've been buying people in media, and I see it. I know Nick Wright is bought and paid for. Shannon Sharp, Gilbert Arenas. These guys have took money and they got connections, and I get it. You know, y'all playing the dozens. I get it. Look, I get it. But it's like, yo, at some point, when other people have other opinions, y'all got to be okay with that. Like, y'all can't act like, yo, LeBron is just the solidified number 2 or solidified number 1. They know he ain't solidified number 1. But they try to make it seem like, yo, he's number 2. If you don't have him number 2, you dead wrong. It's like, yo, dog, no. It ain't like that. He got 4 championships. It's guys out there with more championships in the modern era. I'm not talking about the Boston Celtics in the 60s, and salute to them for what they did and contributed to the game. But I'm saying in the modern era, it's more guys with more championships. In the modern era, it's more guys who were more skilled at the game of basketball, that mastered the game of basketball on both ends. When I look at LeBron, he's a pick and roll player in half court offense that runs pick and roll and take advantages of matchups. But because he runs a lot of pick and roll, that raises his assists. It really inflates the stats. Russell Westbrook played the same way when he was averaging them triple doubles. People like, yo, what Russ did was amazing. It was amazing, but it wasn't the most amazing thing I've ever seen, because I'm watching these games and I see, oh, he's running pick and roll. That's how he getting it. You see what I'm saying? So systems win championships. Pick and roll gets you stats. So when you watch the game and you see a guy, he just running a lot of pick and roll, like, oh, okay, yeah, that's good. His stats are going to look real good. But John Stockton and Malone ran a lot of pick and roll. It was difficult for them to win, right? LeBron James played on stacked decks. Difficult for him to win, right? Steve Nash, Phoenix Suns. That was their thing. Spread it out, high pick and roll to death. Difficult for them to win, right? Systems win championships, man. But salute to Stephen A for saying this, because it is something going on in media where, people are just, I think, being bought, or maybe they doing it so they can get an interview from LeBron or whatever it is. They playing the dozens and they moving a lot of great players out the way, in my opinion. That's just my opinion. Y'all let me know, what do you think about LeBron team? And do you think they have been buying media and persuading media to make it a LeBron Jordan debate? He got to be number 1 or he got to be number 2. Put it down in the comments. This is your first time here. Make sure you sub to the channel. Check out the other content. Click that like button. Y'all be easy. Be safe.